Ladies and gentlemen, if you look across the channel towards Tampa General Hospital, you'll see a combat rubber raiding craft entering the area with SEALs from the Netherlands and the United States. These highly skilled individuals are superbly trained in all environments and are masters of maritime special operations. They typically strike from and return to the area from the sea. Their stealthy clandestine methods of operation allow them to conduct missions against targets that larger forces cannot approach undetected. In this scenario, the team will swim underwater to a designated location where they will remain positioned at the bottom of the channel until later in the event. Through precise mission planning and timing, the SEALs will be alerted via underwater communications and will emerge from the water and eliminate an enemy sentry walking along the boat slips in front of the convention center. Timing is critical in a mission like this. Should the SEAL team surface too early, the mission could be compromised and the terrorists could move or harm the hostages.
Yeah.
Here they go. Once again, if you look down the channel, you'll shortly see two teams of Special Operations snipers from Jordan, Canada, and the United States aboard two MH-6 Little Bird helicopters. The helicopters will establish a sniper position overlooking the Emily village. These expert marksmen carry high-powered rifles capable of being targeted a mile away.
Is the battery about to die?
As you see the birds, you will notice that these individuals are sitting on external seats or benches as the aircraft approaches the drop-off point. Aircraft capable of infiltrating personnel in very tight spaces, such as rooftops, small jungle openings, and tight interstellar elevators. Moments from now, you will see an MH-60 Black Hawk helicopter with special operators from Canada, Denmark, Finland, France, Norway, and the United States who will conduct the helicast insertion into the channel using combat rubber raiding craft. This method of insertion can be conducted in the ocean miles offshore or deep inland in large rivers or lakes. This is used to stealthily approach enemy positions. And in this maneuver, a combat raiding craft with the motor strapped into the boat itself and strapped to the bottom of the helicopter. By a complex system hideout. The operator will drop the boat, jump into the water, swim to the boat, and then mount the engine and hook up the gas line. This is a very difficult task to execute, considering the operator has to lift the heavy motor into place while wearing all their gear. Each person
Oh yeah, there comes the other one.
Ladies and gentlemen, you will shortly see another Black Hawk helicopter approaching the channel, carrying special operators from Jordan, Peru, Poland, Thailand, and the United States. Off the ground at night and in bad weather. The Black Hawk helicopter has a crew of 4 and can hold up to 10 passengers, depending on the internal load configuration. It is armed with 2 7.62 miniguns which can inflict devastating fire on any positions, and each gun can carry up to 6,000 rounds per minute. Experts. They are trained in a variety of conventional explosives such as dynamite and C4 plastic explosives. They're also trained in the use of improvised munitions used to conduct hasty sabotage operations. In this scenario, a demolitions expert known as a breacher will place a simulated C4 explosive charge on the door to gain entry into the cabin. While inside, the force will discover a weapons and ammunition cache. Much like a real mission, because of limited time and no means to remove the items, the team will place C4 explosives on the cache using time-delayed fuse. The explosive charge is calculated to detonate after the element leaves the barge. Okay.
I was trying to figure out what else I'm getting a reflection off the water of the building. Hey, sure that. That was. I think it's blurry.
Ladies and gentlemen, shortly we'll see 2 MH-6 Little Bird helicopters return to pick up the snipers who were dropped off earlier in the hospital. After retrieving the personnel, the aircraft will conduct an armed reconnaissance. These highly maneuverable aircraft provided speed to detect enemy personnel gathering for a counterattack. The snipers on board go through extensive training to accurately shoot from the moving aircraft. personnel from areas where helicopters cannot land, such as dense jungle, aboard a vessel, or the top of a building in an urban area. During this extraction method, ropes are attached to the helicopter and goes down to the personnel on the board. A series of rings in the rope allow the operators on the ground, all wearing special harnesses, to clip onto the rope. Up to 8 fully laden persons can be lifted off the ground and carried away using this technique.
comes the other one right at us. Or another one.
ever do you get to do something like that?
What?
Flying in downtown around the crowd. Guys, I just read in the paper this morning where some Marine fell out of the hospital.
Let's give these pilots a hand, shall we? Over the Marriott, way overhead, you'll see a military MC-130 aircraft preparing to drop free-fall parachutists. This six-man team consists of jumpers from France, Germany, the Netherlands, Poland, and the United States. They will exit the MC-130 Hercules aircraft from 8,000 feet and deploy their parachutes at 3,500 feet. They will assemble in the air and then land together in the water.
Cast two, maybe. Or maybe the wind.
Their descent under canopy today will be hampered by the heat being reflected off the buildings in this urban environment.
Oh, they did already.
This thermal effect may keep the jumpers in the air for up to 4 to 6 minutes. You get six? Considered to be one of the military's most demanding and potentially hazardous advanced military free-fall parachute operations are used to infiltrate enemy areas under cover of darkness to avoid detection.
Yeah, a lot of them are higher than that. 30,000.
Special operations military free-fall personnel are taught to conduct high-altitude, low-opening missions by exiting an aircraft at altitudes up to 30,000 feet. Typically, the parachutists free fall to about 4,000 feet, often reaching speeds up to 120 miles per hour before deploying their chutes. A similar activity known as high-altitude, high-opening parachute missions, in which parachutists exit at high altitudes and deploy their canopies using highly maneuverable gliding parachute systems to silently travel distances of more than 50 kilometers while under canopy. These highly trained individuals conduct military freefall operations in the dead of night while fully loaded with up to 100 pounds of combat equipment and wearing a special helmet, goggles, and oxygen mask.
Hey, Elijah.
The parachute used in today's exercise is the Advanced Ram Air Parachute, or ARAP. The ARAP parachute canopy is actually an airfoil designed similar to an aircraft's wing. It has a curved upper surface and a flat lower surface with wind cells to provide the lift required to support the weight of the parachutist, his equipment, and then deliver them safely to the ground. These highly trained operators make this look easy. In actuality, a crew of dedicated professionals must work in concert to make this drop a success. First, the pilot of the aircraft must deliver the jumpers over their target area. Then the jump master in the aircraft must pinpoint the drop zone, often at night, from an altitude where only high-level topography is visible. Then the jumpers must exit the aircraft in a precise moment, calculated to accommodate the speed of the aircraft, the time they spend during free fall, the time they will spend under canopy, and the distance they must travel to the target. While under this canopy, the jumpers are constantly interpreting the wind direction, the wind speed, and they're making the final steering corrections required to remain not only grouped in the air, but it also allows them to land together on the target. This wind direction and the wind speed will normally change and fluctuate at various altitudes, often 3 to 4 times during their descent. This forces the jumpers to actually pilot and maneuver their canopies like you see here today. If you look overhead, you'll see the base man,
downtown.
followed by the rest of the jumpers stacked at various altitudes, ready to land in the water.
They're really wide.
One thing that's interesting to note today is the fact that all the airspace required for today's event was being controlled by several Air Force Special Operations combat controllers who you can see positioned on top of the Tampa General Hospital. This team is not only responsible for controlling the layering of all of today's military aircraft, but they're also responsible for coordinating airspace with the Federal Aviation Administration, Tampa International Airport, Peter O. Knight Municipal Airport, MacDill Air Force Base, and all the other aircraft that enter into this area. The combat controllers are certified air traffic controllers, and they perform all their duties out of a small rucksack. Right here. This event brings together today U.S. and international special operations leaders from around the world to strengthen existing and build new enduring relationships among all our international soft partners. Over 80 nations this week were with us in Tampa. They're exchanging ideas, learning from one another, and building trust. It is this trust that will provide invaluable when we all come together to achieve mutual objectives against our future adversaries. Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention up the cut. Shortly you will see a returning rigid hull inflatable boat where you'll see the hostage played by Tampa Mayor Bob Buckhorn return to the convention center grounds.
Mayor's a hostage. Huh?
Another thing that you'll see while we're waiting on the boat is it's impressive that all of this was put together, all the tactics, the techniques, the procedures. We had to merge with personnel from 17 different nations. We had to overcome language barriers and choreograph the entire demonstration in less than 4 days. What you saw today was some of the finest special operators in the world. Please give them a round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes the mayor.
He's in the blue shirt. They're going to let him fire the machine gun.
Is this just to get started?
No, it's just finishing.
Ladies and gentlemen, shortly you will see Mayor Bob Buckhorn get his gun on.
He's on the front.
Yeah, I know. I can see something out there. See him. So jumpy.
Operations exercise. We'd like to thank Mayor Bob Buckhorn, his staff, and the City of Tampa for hosting this event. We'd also like to give special thanks and recognition to all the Tampa Police Department personnel, all the Hillsborough County Sheriff's personnel, the first responders, as well as the Port Security and the Coast Guard who ensured this event was safely executed. Please give them all a round of applause. As our international SOF operators return to the convention center, please feel free to meet with them, ask them questions, and ask them to look at their equipment. Thank you for attending.
No, somebody gave a bit of a